couple of months ago, I got a new table saw. Not by choice, but it had to be done. As nice as it was to get a new toy in the workshop, it was sort of bittersweet because I had a nice setup that I was comfortable with. And in order to make the new table saw work in my current workstation, I knew I was going to have to redo a few things. The first issue I had was the extension wing on the new saw. Obviously, the old one didn't have one of those, and so I had built the cabinets on both sides of the saw at the same height. As you can see, that clearly wasn't going to work here. In fact, as it was, I couldn't even drop the new saw into its spot without first doing something with that side cabinet. So just to make it work initially, what I did is I took the short route and I just cut a couple of inches off the top of that side cabinet. Kind of drastic, I know, but I knew I was going to build another cabinet and stick it on there, so in the short term, I felt like that was okay. Doing that allowed me to actually set the new table saw in its spot. However, I had a few other things that I needed to overcome. From the other side of the saw, I had to contend with the aluminum extrusions that jut out from the other side. There was this one on the front, and then there was this one on the back. The one on the front is obviously more severe than the one for the back, so I decided to move the table saw a little bit forward and then cut the front of the tabletop flush and allow the front part to slide in front. For the back one, I cut a notch into the tabletop, and then I also had to cut a notch about an inch or so into the side of the cabinet in order for that to clear. Now, as far as the smaller cabinet on the other side is concerned, I built a replacement, as I said earlier, that was short enough to allow the extension wing to slide freely over the top of it. So with that in place, I could now reattach the outfeed support, and make no mistake, I have been missing this. However, in order to do that, I did leave some overhang on the back side of the tabletop, so I had to take that off. Now, as I mentioned in the original outfeed support video, I had this 1/4-inch lip on the back side of the workstation. It just so happens that a piece of Luan ply fills that pretty nicely. Then it was just a matter of reattaching a ledger board to the back side of the workstation. That obviously gets the outfeed table attached to it. One difference from the original outfeed support video that I had to do here was the ledger board needed to be a little bit wider. That's so I could get a good stable mount to that new shorter cabinet. My DIY twin screw vise needed to be reattached, and that was a simple matter of planing a board to fill the overhang of the top. Drilling some corresponding holes for the vise, and reattaching as needed. I just made sure the top of the vise was flush with the top of the table, just like I did last time. Now, somebody posed a question not long ago about this twin screw vise, about whether or not it was holding up, and did I regret building a wooden screw vise as opposed to getting a metal one? And the answer is no. This one is holding up quite well. I do not regret building this. In fact, I was actually missing it. It's been off of my table saw workstation for a few months now, and I was getting to the point where I just wanted it back. In fact, I like this one better because when I clamp something in there, it stays, and I don't have to put as much clamping force on it. Now, the metal ones, if the vibration was a factor, I'd always have to retighten what I had clamped in there every so often. This one here stays clamped. And that was it. Just like that, we're back in action, ready for some simple and easy DIY projects. Hey, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook and Pinterest. If you like this video, here's a couple more you'll like as well. Until then.